Hey, this is Will. So in this video, I will explain what you really need to understand about Activecampaign and Getresponse to decide which one of these email marketing platforms is better for you. Honestly, I don't think that one or the other is a better email marketing platform because they are very different. So it really depends on what exactly you want for your business, and that's what I'm going to try and explain. By the way, I have made another video on my main channel comparing all of the different email marketing platforms, so definitely check that video out. It should be very useful. I will leave a link down below in the description. Also, I have special discounts and bonuses for all of the different platforms. So again, all the links down below in the description. And every single week I give out one of my courses completely for free. So just press thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel to enter the competition. Now let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so let's start out with automation because I think that is probably the most important feature when it comes to email marketing. So actually both of the platforms, they have really great automation features. As you can see, Getresponse, they pretty much have everything that you will need in terms of all the conditions, actions, so on and so forth. One thing to keep in mind, they have this option to split your workflow. So basically you can A/B test different things, different actions within your automation, which is something that not all email marketing tools have, and that is very powerful. This is one of the reasons why I really like Getresponse and Activecampaign. With Activecampaign, you basically have everything that Getresponse has, and you do have some additional things. So as you can see here, you have send email as basically an action that you can do when something has been triggered. You also have send a site message, so a message on a site, send SMS, and send notification email. So they do have these additional things that Getresponse doesn't necessarily have. It does really depend whether you're going to use them or not, because I do know that majority of the people are not going to use, let's say, text messages. So it really depends whether you're going to use that or not. The one thing as well to keep in mind with Activecampaign is that they do have integrated CRM, customer relationship management system. So within the automation as well, they have these different fields. And actually, even within the actions, if we go to the actions, you will see here you have your goals. So you can also add goals here as well. So it kind of depends on whether you need this for your business or not. But basically, you can integrate your CRM within your automation, which can be very useful if you are actually dealing with clients. Other than that, when it comes to actually, let's say, building out the automations, I would say that both of them are pretty simple to do and pretty intuitive. One thing that Activecampaign has that Getresponse doesn't have, they have these so-called recipes, and recipes basically just means that it's pre-made different automation sequences. And as you can see here, they have all of these different categories depending on what exactly you are doing, and there's a bunch of different recipes, so I can't go through all of them. But just to give you an example here, for example, we have share a campaign on social media incentive. So basically, you can create this automation sequence that within an email, the recipient is going to get a call to action, a button to share something on their social media. And if they do share that, it's going to be triggered that once they do that, then they automatically receive another email with some sort of incentive. Perhaps you're sending a freebie, or you're sending a coupon code, whatever exactly it is that you want to set up, but it's all going to be done automatically. So it's really cool. As you can see here, invite to follow, referred by social media. If someone, let's say, follows you on Facebook, or sorry, if someone found you through Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever, then you can send them automatic email asking them to follow you on that platform. So as you can see, there are a lot of different recipes, and it really depends on what you want to apply, but you can get very creative with this. And just this feature alone, let's say these different automations recipes, they could be just an additional app that you need to purchase. So it's really cool that all of these are already included in Activecampaign, and you can actually, without even creating an account, you can go to Activecampaign to their marketplace, And within the marketplace, you will see that they have these recipes. I believe it's either 300 plus or 500 plus recipes, and it really kind of depends. A lot of them are also to do with certain apps. So if you use, for example, Shopify, or if you are using, let's say, Slack or Pipedrive, whatever it is, Calendly, you can find whether there is some sort of recipe, some sort of automation sequence already created, and you can see how that can make your business processes a little bit easier. So this is sort of a thing that you need to see exactly whether there is something for you or not, because it's not going to always apply for every single business and it's not always going to be useful, but there's definitely a lot of options when it comes to Activecampaign. But aside from that, when it comes to automation, I would say that more or less the basic stuff that you really need, they have all of the features. Both of these, Getresponse and Activecampaign, they both have all of the majority of the features. So only if you will want to go that extra step, then you should have a look at Activecampaign. Alright, the next step is landing page builder, and this is part of why I said that these two softwares, they are very different, because both of them have landing page builders, as you can see. However, these landing page builders, they do differ a lot. So with Getresponse, I really like this landing page builder. It's much better than any other email marketing software. It really rivals, I would say, with actual landing page builder softwares. The cool thing why I like it a lot is that, for example, we have this image here, and we can move this image wherever we want. We can resize it. We can do pretty much whatever we want. And we can, for example, move it behind this text. It allows us to do all of these different things. So really, this one feature alone allows you to customize your pages a lot and really allows you to make them look the way that you want them to look. You don't really have a lot of different constraints that you have on other page builders. Whereas if we look at Activecampaign, you will see that, for example, here we have this image as well. And let's say we want to move this image. As you can see, we can move it a little bit, but we can basically just move it within this square, within this frame. And as you can see, if I want to move it above, I'm trying to move it up now, but I can't. I'm trying to move it to perhaps like closer to the text, and I am not allowed to do that. So that's just one of those constraints that you have. But that being said, you can still, as you can see in this example, you can create really beautiful looking landing pages. And if we have a look here, you can see all of these different blocks that you can add. So you do have a good choice of the different things that you can do with the landing pages. So it's not horrible by any means. And this is actually what most of email marketing platforms are going to have. But Getresponse just stands out because they have this feature where you can really customize and move things wherever you want. And much more important thing, why Getresponse is so much more above anyone else, is that they actually have this A/B testing. So as you can see, when you're building out landing pages, you can actually build out different variations. So let's say we have variation A and we want this image to be here, or we want to change the image, or we want to change the text or the color, whatever it is. We can have this page looking like this, and the next page we can have it changed a little bit, and then we can test out, see what has better open rates, what has better conversion rates. And another thing that's really cool is also you have this pop-up. This is placeholder. So basically you can decide where do you want the pop-up to come at a certain point, and obviously you have all these settings. When exactly do you want it after some time, after a certain period of scrolling, and so on and so forth. But it's really cool that they allow you actually to also choose where you want to have the pop-up, and you can A/B test that as well, because you have these different variations, and as you can see, you can create quite a few different ones. And this really takes this to the next level. There's only one more email marketing software, MailerLite, that allows you to test landing pages, but aside from that, it's only Getresponse that allows you to do that. When it comes to landing page templates as well, if we look at Getresponse, as you can see, they have a lot of templates. I'm not sure about what exact number it is, but I would say they must have at least 100 different templates, if not more than that. This is kind of the thing. Getresponse, I would say, they really emphasize a lot on their landing page builder, aside just from being email marketing software. So they're definitely much more advanced, and you might not think much about these templates, but honestly, it can be very, very useful, especially if you're not a designer. You can take these different concepts and just create a really nice looking design very, very quick. It can save up a lot of time. And again, if you're not a designer, you can simply just take a template and just change up the text, and that is it. When it comes to Activecampaign, they also do have some templates, but as you can see, these are all the templates they have. So it's very limited. I would say around maybe 30 templates in total. And honestly, they don't look as good. They're not as good looking as these ones that you have on Getresponse. And it's a little bit more shorter format, so more maybe of opt-in forms. Whereas on Getresponse, you do have a mix between actual landing page, like actual sales page, and different opt-in pages just to give out your lead magnet. All right, so when it comes to building out forms, so basically forms for your opt-ins for people to sign up for your newsletter. When it comes to Activecampaign, they have pretty much what every other email marketing software have. You can just create a simple, you can choose basically the format, how you want this to look. So for example, no image, you can have image on the side, you can have image on the top, and you can obviously customize all the colors and what text you have and so on and so forth. But I would say it's pretty basic, what you pretty much have with, again, any other email marketing software. Whereas if you come to Getresponse, again, they have something that none of the other email marketing softwares have. Getresponse is actually the only tool that allows you this extra step of customization. And what you can do here is you can insert the image, and basically they have the same builder that they have for landing pages also for their forms. So for example, we inserted this strawberry image here, and usually you just have a fixed position where you can have the image and that's it, and you can't really do anything with the images. You can see here, actually here you can't do anything at all. So you can't even, with Activecampaign, you can't even resize the image, which is very, very annoying. Whereas with Getresponse, you can actually resize the image, you can move it around. So if we want it on the side, if we want it behind the text, on top of the text, we can do whatever we want. And we can also even change the size of the actual opt-in. So as you can see, we can change it, and then we perhaps want the image here, we want to make it bigger. So this is really cool. You can really get very creative. For example, even if you want this image to be outside to create that 3D sort of feel, we can do that as well. So it's very cool customization. I absolutely love that. And another thing that's very important as well, that again, none of other email marketing softwares do, you can A/B test your forms as well. And this is so powerful, because you really want to optimize well whether people are going to subscribe. It can make such a huge difference whether you have 5% or 10% subscriptions or whatever, even 1%. It makes such a huge difference. So basically you can create this form, and then if you want, again, same as landing pages, you can create a different form. And let's say we don't want to have this image, we want to have a different image, whatever it is. Now we will have two different forms, and they are going to be sent out to different people, and you will see which one performs better, which has higher conversion rates, and then you can choose to always use the winning one. Also, just to mention, when it comes to Getresponse, they do have a lot of templates for different forms to choose, and as you can see, some of them look really good, and as you can see, the list is crazy long. It must be a couple hundred, if not few hundred different templates, whereas Activecampaign doesn't actually have any templates, because it is kind of like a very basic subscription form. You just insert your own image and choose your color, and that is sort of it. When it comes down to building newsletters, so sending out your actual emails, I'm not going to go too deep into this, because honestly, it's pretty much the same between both of these softwares, and they do have really nice interface and all of that. I do have to give some props, but there's nothing actually very unique about this, and most of the email marketing softwares, they have exactly the same. One thing I will mention is what I like about Getresponse. As you can see here, they have this section, My Blocks. So basically, as you can see here, above, if we go back, you can see we can add these different blocks. We can add images, we can add text, and so on and so forth. And if you want, you can save a few of these different blocks together, and then you will have this section My Blocks, where you can insert your pre-made block combinations. So that's one little thing that Getresponse has. When it comes to building out newsletters, your emails, I'm not really going to go through this because honestly both of the softwares pretty much have exactly same structure, exactly same blocks and all of that. So really, when it comes to that, I would say there's no difference. Okay, so now let's talk about some unique features that both of these platforms have. So I already kind of mentioned that Getresponse has really great landing page creators. So they are very much, I would say, trying to sort of be a landing page builder as much as they are email marketing software. So what they also have, in addition to being able to build out nice landing pages and A/B test them, they also have these sections where you can create your own sales funnels. So basically, as you can see here, you can start out with your ads, and then in this section you create your landing page where people can opt in for your email list, and then you will have all of these analytics here in the next step. Then you can create some sequences of different emails you want to send after that, and then you can basically have your sales page where you will try to sell your offer, and if you want, then you can also create some upsells and the order confirmation, the thank you pages, all that kind of stuff. And then here at the end, you see how many views you got, you see your success rate, basically your conversions, how much money you generated, your ROI, and all of that. So it's a nice feature that Getresponse allows you to have all of this stuff at one place, and you can see basically the whole journey and how exactly well it is performing. So it's nice that they have that, and I would say it makes a little bit easier, especially if you're just starting out. It definitely makes the whole process easier. But I would say you do have to keep in mind that you can technically do the same thing with just automation workflows. So technically, if I take all of these different steps, I can also set them up in the workflow. It's not going to be maybe as nice and as easy to look at, but just for you to keep in mind that this, while it looks that it's something super unique and it's a completely different feature, do you understand that I would say it isn't completely different feature, because you can do the same thing with automation. It just makes the things a little bit easier. Also, another really cool thing as well with Getresponse, you have this section here that allows you to create stores and products. So basically you can add your digital products to Getresponse and you can sell right there from the platform. So with both of these softwares, you do have different e-commerce integrations, but if you don't have any store, you don't have any Shopify, WooCommerce, whatever it is, you actually can just create your own products on Getresponse and you can start selling them from Getresponse and accept payments and all of that, which is again very, very convenient that they allow you to do that. And aside from that, as you can see, you also have webinars and you have push notifications. So basically, in a nutshell, Getresponse is more sort of if you just want to create all of your business in one place and you want to have your email marketing, but you want to have real advanced landing pages and sell the products, have the products hosted in Getresponse, all of that. All of this is here in one place, and it does make life very, very convenient. So I know I said a lot of really cool stuff about Getresponse, but Activecampaign also has some really, really advanced features, actually much more advanced than Getresponse, something that with Getresponse, let's say the landing pages and all of that, you can get those features from different, let's say if you're using WordPress or you're using landing page builders, you can get those features from other softwares. But with Activecampaign, you can get some of the things that you're not really going to get from other softwares. So one of those things, for example, is when you are creating your campaign, sending out your emails, you can track replies. As you can see right here, you can turn this on. So basically, let's say if you're doing, for example, cold email outreach, and let's say you're sending out 8 different emails to a potential client, and after, let's say, second email, they reply to you, then perhaps you don't want to be sending them all of these additional emails. You want to stop there, because then you're going to a different step. Maybe you are putting them in different automation, or perhaps you're taking it manually and then chatting with them manually. So with none of the other softwares, really, you're not going to be able to do this. It's only Activecampaign that allows you to track replies. So then you can set certain actions. Basically, you have reply as a trigger. So if someone replied to, let's say, second, third email, whatever, then this one automation is going to stop, and then you can do whatever you want with this contact. It can be automatically sent to a different automation or sent to some different list or whatever, where you can take things and do them manually or whatever you want to do. Another really powerful feature on Activecampaign is this site tracking. So what you can do here is basically you just need to insert some code on your website, and then Activecampaign is going to see when people visit specific pages on your website. So for example, if someone came on a page where, let's say, you have your services, then you can have a trigger that is going to trigger a specific automation, and you're going to send them out emails specifically around those different services. And that can be very, very powerful. Rather than just sending them generic emails, you can send them emails that you know that they are specifically interested in, because those were the things that they checked on your website. So this feature alone, I would say, is something that you might take into consideration for just choosing Activecampaign. Another thing you have to take into consideration with Activecampaign is that they have this CRM already built into their platform, which is something that other email marketing platforms don't have. So again, it depends on your exact business, but if you're working with clients, then you might want to go with Activecampaign, because in here, as you can see, you can have your client, you can add all the different tasks, you can add what exactly is the budget, and so on and so forth, and you can move them to different steps, have in whether you need to contact them, whether your team needs to contact them, whether you are already in contact, you need follow-ups, so on and so forth. So when it comes to the overall ease of use and the interface, I will say that both of these platforms, they are a little bit more advanced than other email marketing platforms. So they do have maybe a little bit more of a learning curve, but at the same time, the way they are made, I would say really it's nothing too overwhelming. They do have quite a lot of steps, especially on Activecampaign. So you might feel a little bit intimidated, but I don't think that they have done anything that would be confusing or anything like that. So both of them have really nice, I would say, user interface. And one thing to mention as well, what I really like about Getresponse is that on the main page, they have all of these different sections. And in here you have this button where you can add your own widgets. So you can really customize this. And let's say if you really care about your list size or how your list is performing, what are the trends, or you care about specific landing page, how that landing page is performing, you can add all of those things here on the home page, so you can easily see it and you can customize. So that's one nice feature that I really like about Getresponse. But other than that, I would say both of them are very user-friendly, and they do have really good user interfaces. All right, so now when it comes to pricing, this is where things get a little bit interesting. And there are a few things that you need to understand, because it's not that straightforward. So as example here, we have Getresponse first, and as example, we have 10,000 subscriber list, and they do have this basic plan on Getresponse, which is only $65 a month, which is very, very cheap, honestly, compared to other softwares. It really rivals some of the cheapest softwares. But one thing you have to keep in mind is that with the basic plan, you only get one sales funnel. You get unlimited lead funnels, so you can collect emails, but if you want to sell things, you only get one sales funnel. And you don't get automation builder with all of the different workflows. And that is, I would say, the most essential feature of email marketing. You really want to have some workflows. So you can go with the basic plan, but I would say that most of the time you will want to go with the plus plan, and as you can see, it is their most popular plan. And this plan is $95 a month for 10,000 subscriber list, which honestly is, I would say, a really good price. It's a little bit maybe more expensive than some of the email marketing softwares, but honestly, it's, I would say, a very competitive price. And for this, again, what you need to keep in mind is that you have 5 different workflows and you have 5 different sales funnels. And if you're going to use webinars as well, you have 100 attendees and you have 5 different webinar funnels. So you basically just need to kind of have a little bit of understanding for your specific business, how many workflows do you really think you will need, and how many sales funnels do you think you will need? Because for some businesses, 5 might be more than enough. You might only need a couple of workflows and that is it. But for some other businesses, you might want to have 10, 20 different workflows and 10 different sales funnels. So do keep in mind when choosing which plan to go with. And if you will want to get everything unlimited, then you can go with the professional plan, which is $165 for 10,000 subscribers again. So the price does increase quite a bit, but then basically you have all of the unlimited automations, unlimited workflows and sales funnels and all of that. And if you look here, you also get 18% discount for 12 months and 30% discount for 24 months. So that decreases the price quite a bit. And as you can see then, the plus plan is only $67 and this is only $115. So that is very, very good price, I would say. When it comes to Activecampaign, as you can see, it is much more expensive. The light plan is $155, the plus is $250 and professional $350. So actually the thing here though is that with the light plan, for a lot of people, light plan might be enough because you do get all of these different marketing automations included here. And as you can see, 500 plus recipes included, what I mentioned before. And you do have this feature of site and event tracking, what I mentioned that is, I think, very, very powerful feature. You have that included in the light plan. So honestly, depending again on your needs, I think you might be able to just go with a light plan. Something very important to keep in mind though, if you will need landing pages are only in the plus plan, which is a little bit annoying if that's something that you will need. So do keep that in mind. And obviously if you want SMS marketing and all of these different features, I'm not going to go through all of them, but just to keep in mind, landing pages, I would say for most of the people. And also if you need a CRM, that is also CRM automations in your automation workflows, all of that, that is only in the plus plan as well. And for the professional plan, something to keep in mind is that if you will want split automations, so basically if you want to within your automations have a split testing, that's only in the professional plan. So that's something as well just to keep in mind when choosing these different plans, just to not miss out on this feature. And they do have annual plan discount as well. And as you can see, then it's $125 for the light plan, which isn't that bad, I would say, and $200 for the plus plan. So really, when it comes to Getresponse, I would say if you care a lot about creating landing pages and you're going to use that feature and you're going to be selling a lot of things, and also to consider that you have your opt-in form, A/B testing and split testing and all of that, then Getresponse is definitely a very, very good option. And if you want to sell products without having some sort of third-party integration and paying extra fees for that, then Getresponse is definitely a good option for you. If you want to have more of these automation recipes, some of the examples that I showed, and you want to have the site tracking, which can also be very, very powerful, and you want to have some CRM tools, then I would say go to Activecampaign. It is a little bit more expensive, but it does have these features that can benefit you a lot more. So I hope that makes sense, depending on what exactly you want for your business. All right, so I hope you found this video useful. As I said, I have special discounts and bonuses, all of the links down below in the description. And I do have that video where I compare all of the different platforms, so definitely check that out. I will leave a link down below because there are some other platforms that can be really, really good for your business as well, depending on your exact needs. If in general you want some tips on digital marketing, online business, then you can see some of other videos on my main channel as well. If you found this useful, make sure to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, put on those notifications. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.